Binge Pipe, we realize we're not the biggest streaming service, but we are the one you're stuck engaging with at the moment. So maybe we can all just take a minute and get over ourselves. Binge Pipe isn't any more impressed by you than you are by it. Binge Pipe is proud to resurrect from the dead. You don't know, Jack. Binge Pipe, more white noise to fill the void.
I'm Cookie Masterson, and if you're not here to make friends, you've already failed, friend. One player. Looks like it's just you, me, and an algorithm spying on the both of us. So let's make this happen.
Time for question 1.
To get things rolling, can I get those digits? Some people prefer online shopping to retail, but I've never had to remember a password to get into JCPenney. What could you order from Amazon Prime if they only shipped quantities that were prime numbers? 33 prime rib steaks, 45 buckets of paint primer, 49 Optimus Prime action figures, or 53 Primus seats. So what'd you pick? 53 is the only number on the list that's a prime number, which is a number that can only be divided by 1 and itself. Unlike my love of Primus, which can never be divided by anything, Mom.
Hallelujah, hallelujah.
This one's called Charles Duckins. How would you expect a DuckTales of two cities to end? Louie gets beheaded pretending to be Dewey, Huey gets shot in the June Rebellion, Scrooge gets hanged for stealing a loaf of bread. Let's see how that shook out. I still believe in you. Watch how easy this is. The Charles Dickens classic A Tale of Two Cities ends with the hero switching places with someone he looks like at the guillotine.
Why don't we do it with free?
Next up, a reality show named Desire. And let's step out on the veranda for a dis or dat. I'm gonna read off 7 names, and for each one I want you to tell me if it's a cast member of the reality show Southern Charm or a character from a Tennessee Williams play. Think fast, you'll only get a few seconds to pick between Southern Charm or Tennessee Williams. Here it comes. Blanche DuBois, Chef Rose, Thomas Ravenel, Chance Wayne, Amanda Rick Pollitt, Landon Clements, I've seen worse. Okay, let's move along.
I don't need you anymore.
Introducing tailor-made titles. What's in a name? Letters. Letters are in a name. Yeah, solve that one, Shakespeare. Which of these people would write Taylor in the blank space that asks for their patronymic name? Taylor Swift, James Taylor, Jonathan Taylor Thomas, or Dwayne... Hope you like what you picked. You should have known. The patronymic name is also known as the family name, surname, or last name. It's something you can pass down through the generations, like those James Taylor cassettes my mom won't let me throw away. Here's one for you. Cannibalism. I live in constant fear there's a fourth little pig that we never talk about. Instead of wood or brick, he built his house out of cottage bacon, which is his brother's leg, his father's shoulder, his mother's face, or his own butt. I love this part. Cottage bacon comes from a pig's shoulder. I was already suspicious of a story where pigs knew how to work with wood and bricks, but this was the last straw. That's the end of round 1. Can I get you anything? You good on water? Great. Oh, and remember, questions are worth twice as much in round 2. Okay, back at it.
6 trombones is not a parade.
Behold, the rich get ridiculously richer. So I've heard that some billionaires are calling themselves members of the 3 Comma Club because, you know, there are 3 commas in a billion. Just throw up in my mouth. So tell me this. Who would be a member of the 6 Comma Club? A quadrillionaire, a quintillionaire, a sext... Okay, what'd you pick? You got it. You got the wrong answer. Oh, honestly. A quintillion has 18 zeros and, consequently, 6 commas to go along with it. If I had that many commas, I would donate at least half of them to the poor. I mean, I would keep all my money, of course, but the poor can have half the punctuation.
Je trouve Jerry Lewis sonnant légèrement amusant. 7.
How about this one? Your corporate family. Ugh, they don't pay me enough to read this stuff.
Binge Pipe recommends. Because you earn money working as a paper boy, we recommend taking a trip to Atlanta, Broad City, Twin Peaks, or Jersey Shore.
And how'd we do? I thought it was obvious it was this one.
Urine and Paperboy are characters in the FX TV show Atlanta.
'Twas then I learned to heed the winds of age.
It's time for writer porn. Which writing pad is barely legal? One with a margin that's barely 0.75 inches, one with a margin that's barely 1.25 inches. Okay, let's take a look. The only requirement for a writing pad to be a legal writing pad is that the margin must be 1.25 inches. Coming up next, marketing to attractive wildlife. And uh-oh, chest strut fits lime floor.
It's time for a...
Remember to type quick. That cash will be counting down until you lock in an answer. Okay, head in the game. Look at this gibberish phrase and tell me what popular phrase it rhymes with. Hot deer do break trends. And don't worry about that punctuation. You hear this on reality TV shows. Usually from a villain. This is not a place I arrived at to form new fondness for others. So, what was it? Let's get on with it, shall we?
Sabes que es lindo, yes, perritos.
Try this on for size. Parks and Rec. If the cast of Parks and Rec became tour guides, what would it sound like when Aubrey Plaza passed the Plaza Mayor? To our left is a Dallas meeting ground for losers. This is a Mexico City hotspot, or whatever. Founded in Who Cares, here's a Venice Plaza, or this Madrid Square is a... I love this part. Should have picked this. Plaza Mayor is a popular public space in Madrid. But if you prefer colder temperatures, you could go on an Amy Polar expedition. It's time for the attack. When you see an answer that matches the category, tap it on your device. The faster you pick a right answer, the more cash you make. And more than one answer can be right. But each time you're wrong, I'm taking some cash away. And don't forget, it's gotta be a match that fits this clue. A walk in the parks. Enjoy a nice walk through these park-themed prompts. Good luck. There it is. Thank God you won. I hate to think how your self-esteem might have plummeted if you couldn't even beat yourself. I have to admit, though, your score was impressively mediocre. Not that it matters, since...
You don't know Jack!
And the final rose goes to... Wait, does everyone already have a rose?
Sarah brought one from home.
Sarah with an H or Sarah with no H?
Sarah with 3 H's.
Can I get everyone's rose back, please?
Everybody down! Get down on the floor now! This is my first time teaching a yoga.
Binge Pipe expected a bit more gratitude for presenting You Don't Know Jack. Binge Pipe, now we are become death, the destroyer of worlds.
I'm Cookie Masterson, and if you think this is all some kind of a game, congrats on picking up context clues. One player? I get it. I wouldn't want anyone to talk over all my hilarious jokes either. Now, remember, after this moment, you will be forever changed.
Time for question 1.
To begin with, names are a numbers game. What do you get when you add Octavia Spencer to Zachary Quinto, then multiply by Demi Lovato? 9, 6.5, 20. Let's see how that shook out. Octavia is derived from 8, and quinto comes from 5, so 8 plus 5 is 13. Then multiply by demi, which means half. 13 times half is 6.5. This also adds up to a buddy comedy that I would pay to see.
Hallelujah, hallelujah.
Coming up, is there a Mrs. Worldwide? If the rapper Pitbull wanted to honor the origins of the Pitbull, what sexy club scene should he show in his next music video? A Rottweiler grinding on a pug, a bulldog grinding on a terrier, a Doberman... Okay, what'd you pick? Pitbulls were bred by mating a bulldog and a terrier. Thankfully, we've made it through the only dog sex question in the game. Actually, I can't promise that.
Why don't we do it with 3?
Here we have Think in Bio, and I'm tagging you because it's time for Dis or Dat. I'm gonna read 7 names, and for each one, I want you to tell me if it's a dog on Instagram that has over 100,000 followers, or a Nobel Prize winner in physics. Don't think too hard. I'm only giving you a few seconds to decide between an Instagram dog or a Nobel laureate. Ready? Good. Aloysius Van Winkle. Digby Van Winkle. Nevill Francis Mott. Nevill Jacobs. Maddie Humphrey. Polycarp Cook. Wolfgang Pauli. Hey, let's hear it for lucky guesses. Now let's keep going.
I don't need you anymore.
Feast your eyes upon this. Candy Republic. Suppose scientists discover that peanut butter is sentient and can feel pain. Look, it could happen. How might this influence the candy industry? It would affect Reese's sales. It would affect Reese's... Hope you like what you picked. The bad news is your answer. The better choice would have been... Affect with an A is the proper verb, and Reese's is spelled like, well, this. Remember, there's no wrong way to devour a sentient life form. This one's known as Octopus Coffee, Queen Elizabeth, or Frankenstein.
Octopus, coffee, Queen Elizabeth, or Frankenstein. It's a monster.
Correctly predicted 7 World Cup matches. Octopus, coffee, So what'd you pick? Paul the Octopus correctly predicted all 7 of Germany's World Cup matches in 2010 by picking a food container in his tank with the team's flag on it. In other news, Frankenstein was 0 for 7. Say goodbye to round 1. You are taking the lead and are somehow also in last place. Oh, and by the way, all the cash in round 2 is doubled, in case you care about things like that. Okay, back to business.
6 trombones, it's not a parade.
And now, Justin Trudeau is hot. If Justin Trudeau is such a hot Canadian that he boils water at 100 degrees Celsius, how hot would that make him in the United States? A 212 degrees Fahrenheit hottie, a 265 degrees Fahrenheit smoke. And how'd we do? Nope, that wasn't it. Yeah, you're gonna kick yourself. Water boils at 100 degrees Celsius or 212 degrees Fahrenheit. I never thought I'd be attracted to a Canadian, but what can I say? Gender is fluid.
Las payers se moquent de moi. 7.
I call this one, I'm in love with your body. Boy, I sure hope famously shaggy-haired British singer-songwriter Ed Sheeran doesn't totally change his look before this game comes out. If I sheared Ed Sheeran like an adult sheep, how often would I typically shear him? Twice a year, once every... Okay, what'd you pick? An adult sheep is typically sheared once a year.
Hey, question.
Binge Pipe now offers content surveys. Would you like a question you know or a question you wish you didn't know? Choose your content. You have chosen.
'Twas then I learned to heed the winds of age.
Take a good look at a question, you know? But like, how do you know? Enzymes, man. Lymph nodes, man. Neurons, man. Or plasma, man. So what'd you pick? Can't do anything right, can you? Curious? Here it is. Neurons are the cells in your brain. That's how you know things, because of messages sent and received through neurons. But on some level, you knew that already. Trippy, right? Why not try? I paid the copay, but I didn't like it. Did you know there's a dermatologist on Instagram at Dr. Pimple Popper with over 2 million followers? Her videos are completely disgusting, and I know because I've watched every single one. If my hematologist joined Instagram, what would be a suitable username? At I Love Spectacles, at I'm the Blood Guy, at Leaky Bladder is the Matter, or at Dr. I love this part. Hematologists diagnose and treat blood disorders. A hematologist spends their whole career thinking about blood. I spend one summer and suddenly I've got vampire vibes? Come on. There is no hiding from sparkling urine. About how many 12-ounce cans of LaCroix could my bladder hold at once? 1.7 cans of Pamplemousse, 4 cans of Cran Raspberry. Let's see how that shook out. It shouldn't be this hard. The capacity of an adult bladder is about 600 milliliters, or 20.2 ounces, or 1.7 cans of delicious, delicious LaCroix. That explains why I'm peeing 47 times a day. Welcome to the Oh, you know what you're doing. That's nice. Here's your clue. I've been time-framed, in a general sense. I hope you know what real and fictional things happened when. Good luck. That's the game! One player to rule them all. It's almost not embarrassing. And it was a job well done. Maybe next time someone else will be there to remind you,